As we are leaving the chilly winter months behind us, the housing market is really heating up. We're looking into the real estate market statistics for April 2023 in the Okanagan. So whether you're a buyer, investor, seller, or really if you're just a real estate enthusiast that just wants to keep tabs on the market, you don't want to miss these insights, trends, and movements of what we're seeing in the housing market, especially if you're looking to move in the next couple of years. Really important just to factor in, help you time it out. And if this is the first time you're visiting the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. You don't miss out on future videos of living in Kelowna. Hey everybody, it's Mark Coons here with the Selling Kelowna Real Estate Group, and I am going over the real estate market statistics here for April 2023. A lot of things are happening in the real estate market. 2 months without, or 2 meetings from the Bank of Canada that we haven't seen a rate increase, which is all good news for buyers. And we're starting to see some of those buyers coming off the sidelines. But what we're also seeing is some homes and inventory are sitting a little bit, and inventory is starting to rise. So we're going to dive into it and really just see. I'm going to express from my point of view what we're seeing in the real estate market right now. So your home seller, we can look into what type of market it is. So drop it in the comments below and I'll look into specific markets for you. If you do have any questions on your specific type of market you're looking into, that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm here to help you out with. So looking at the market right now, we are looking at the active numbers of listings. So 2,261 active listings here, which is right on par at the end of April, right on par with the 5-year average for that time of year. So we're starting to see, this is the first time it's really happened in the last, in the last 3 years where we've really been even close to a 5-year average. Obviously the 5-year average for the amount of inventory, we went in 2021, it was 1,400 active listings around. In 2022, it was around 1,500 active listings. 2 really years of relatively no inventory, and we're up about 700 listings overall for the entire marketplace, putting us right in par, right where the 5-year average is. Obviously, the 5-year average has been pulled down from those last 2 years of really relatively low to no inventory, but that is what we're looking at. Inventory is rising, which is good news for the sellers, but good news for the buyers as inventory is increasing, but maybe it's not the best thing for sellers. So what we're actually seeing in April, we saw 435 sold, and that is, relatively, it's still down from where we were a couple of years ago. Obviously it's a market is moving. And so that 5 months, it equates to 5 months worth of inventory. If you take the active solds and divide it by the active inventory, there's about 5 months of inventory, which is really putting it into a really balanced market right now. So for home buyers and home sellers, the market is still figuring itself out, but we are seeing a pretty healthy market right now. It's kind of give and take. If you are looking for a specific property, and the properties that are specific, that have high in demand, that are priced accordingly, and really what we're really seeing right now is a differentiation in the inventory that we have there. We have a lot of overpriced inventory in the marketplace. So despite the days on market being 35 for a median days on market, we are seeing some of the inventory sitting for a while, overpriced inventory that maybe should be selling for a little bit lower, and the market just hasn't came up to it, or the seller has not adjusted and came down. It really comes down to motivation, timing. Pricing, timing, and product is really what it will dictate what's happening in the market. If you hit all 3 on those, your home should sell shortly in a timely manner. But if you miss one of those, pricing, timing, or market, or the product, then you're maybe going to miss the boat a little bit, and maybe it'll take a little bit longer to sell. The home we just got an accepted offer on had been sitting for 6 months prior. So there is, stuff that had listed in the fall, that sort of thing, starting to turn over a little bit as people get more realistic in the pricing, in today's new pricing. And it's just figuring out that balance. And, rightfully so. If sellers also need a place to go, and so the home sellers don't want to necessarily sell if they don't have the right place to go. So oftentimes they're going to price it a little bit higher, and maybe depends on how good that offer looks like and where they can move at that certain time when they get the offer. what they're willing to accept. All right, so that's all I have for you today. So the real estate market is a relatively balanced market right now. It's not necessarily a hot seller's market we saw in the last 2 years, and it's not necessarily a really big buyer's market as maybe some people are expecting, especially with the increased inventory. There's 500,000 people moving here to the Canada immigration bank from the Canada government, and what they're planning to increase here. A lot of that will start to move west, as we've seen in the last few years. Kelowna, the Okanagan, is the fastest growing communities here. We just can't build properties soon enough, and enough properties to really intake all the additional supply of people that are looking to move here. And that's, over the long term, real estate should be a good investment continuing on. We're seeing slight upticks in inventory, but that's not really bringing a drop in prices, as we're seeing prices are still figuring themselves out as homeowners and home sellers and adjust to the new interest rates, cost of goods. So as we normally will see, as interest rates go up, prices will slowly come down there. But now we're starting to see prices staying there, and people have made a lot of money in the last few years. People have a lot of equity in their homes, a lot of things that happen. People are able to start to make some moves there, and it's really keeping the real estate market going. So if you do have questions on the real estate market, or you do want to know anything specific, reach out, subscribe, drop me in the comments, email, shoot me a text, whatever works for you. I have your back, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you.